more. Don't build your house on the sandy land. Don't build it too near the shore. Well, it might look kind of nice, but you'll have to build it twice, though you'll have to build your house once more.
You better build your house upon the rock. Make a good foundation on a solid spot. Well, the storms may come and go, but the peace of God you will know.
Hello everyone and welcome to Celebration. Now I'm a little bit disappointed that actually this camera's quite dark because I wanted all of the parents to be able to see my Christmas jumper. I've got the Christmas trees on here and we are beginning to get very festive. And one of the things that's happened in order to get festive is we've got the stage up in the hall. We're very excited. In the last week of term we'll be having the Year 1 and Year 2 nativity born in a barn. Anyway, the upshot of putting the stage up is that a whole lot of animals have come to live in my office this week. So we've got this one. This is our bee. This is our resourceful bee, one of our learning powers. We've got to be resourceful. The bee goes round and gets pollen from different places, doesn't it? And so too we have to dig deep at this time of year. It's hard, isn't it, as it's dark and cold. I don't know if anyone else has been cold in the morning. It's very cold when we come into work. I've had to scrape the ice off, not with the bee, I've had to scrape the ice off the car. I'll put the bee down before I get him into trouble. Anyway, the bees come to live with me. This one here, I don't know if Miss Hodgson can remember what this one is actually. Do you remember what this one is, Miss Hodgson?
Responsive.
This is the responsive chameleon, that's right. So he's all different colours there and he fits in and well, Mrs. Gill was in the building the other week and we always used to compare the responsive chameleon to Mrs. Gill because as you well know, she used to dress like this, but we have to be responsive at this time of year to the feedback our teachers are giving us and so on, and to the different demands that are placed upon us. We had a team out playing bocce yesterday morning and they had to be really responsive because I heard a few teams pulled out at the last minute, so it was all change of plan at the last minute as to what matches they were playing, and they had to respond really quickly to the instructions. So that's a very important learning learning power as well. And then we've got this one here. This is a little tortoise. Can you remember, Miss Hodgson, what this one is? The tortoise.
Resilient.
This is the resilient one. This is how I think me and you are feeling at the minute, isn't it? We're just keeping going, plodding on like this, ever so slowly across the screen. I do like that action. I remember doing that once before and quite enjoy how that looks going across the screen. So we've got to keep going right to the end of term. And I'm sure there was a fourth one, but I can't just find it at the minute.
There is, Mr. Thorpe. This is Mr. Thorpe swanning about, doing not very much.
How rude, Miss Hodgson, swanning around, doing nothing. What is the swan actually doing? And I might be doing the same sometimes. It's not swanning around doing it. How rude. What is the swan actually doing? It's being reflective, isn't it? It's thinking about how it could do things better. And sometimes I'm thinking about how we could do things better. And I think after Miss Hodgson's rudeness, I might have to think about how she could do things better as well. So these very important, I don't know what to do with him now. There we go, he's sitting on the corner of my desk. So these are our learning powers, very important. Now, something else that's been really important, particularly since half term, is we've been having a focus on active travel, getting to school in a more sustainable and eco-friendly way, but also in a way that's better for our bodies and better for our health. We don't want to come to school like this fellow because it'd take forever, wouldn't it? Miss Hodgson and I, we live down halfway to Bournemouth and beyond. It would take forever if we came at this speed, wouldn't it? I don't think we'd have got here yet. We need to be perhaps a bit more like this busy bee coming to school at a bit high speed. But we've got a number of awards to give out. They're over there, but they're all packaged up. We'll bring those down to your classroom. I don't know if anyone can remember what the little badges are made out of. Can you remember what the little badges are made out of, Miss Hodgson?
They're made out of yoghurt pots.
Oh, you can.
You talked about it quite extensively a couple of weeks ago, I seem to remember.
Well, it's nice to know somebody listens to me, isn't it? So they're made out of recycled yoghurt pots, and we have got a whole number of awards, so you can see there on the screen. 13 in owls class, 8 in squirrels, 17 in hedgehogs, 12 in rabbits, 18 in foxes, 16 in badgers and 16 in deer have all achieved their active travel awards. That is for November because we're now in December, and the December awards will be given out in January after the Easter holidays, after the Christmas holidays. In fact, there will be some more awards after the Easter holidays, but it won't be the December ones. Now, I'm going to hand over to Miss Hodgson, who's going to tell us what else we've managed to achieve this week by reading to us from the Excellence book. So, Miss Hodgson, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thorpe. And of course, Mr. Thorpe doesn't really do lots of swanning around. He works very, very hard most of the time. Okay, we will start with our lovely owls, and we're going to say huge well done to Caleb for his super handwriting patterns. He's done really, really well with his handwriting. Well done, Caleb. And TJ, well done to you for always joining in so well with phonics. And moving on to squirrels. Big well done to Alfie for super writing about a dragon. And I know Alfie was thinking really hard about George and the Dragon the other day in Breakfast Club because he was talking to me about it. Well done, Alfie. And Lottie, I like this one. Well done, Lottie. You have done some amazing reading. Well done to you. Hedgehogs. Huge well done to Ava, who has been a fantastic author-writer. Ava has written an excellent persuasive advert. Ava has used statements, questions and commands to convince us to buy her hat. Really excellent writing, Ava. Well done. Also in year 2, we're going to say a huge well done to Joshua for being a wonderful engineer, for practicing different joins when he was doing his design and technology, and exploring how materials can be joined together. And there are some pictures of Joshua there doing that amazing work as an engineer. Year 3, big well done to Quinn, Anastasia, Isla for their fabulous paintings of Boudica based on a description from the Roman writer Dio Cassius. Brilliant paintings there. And well done to George W. and Harry for a brilliant understanding of sharing and grouping when they were working as mathematicians. Year 4, Fox's class, William. Well done to you for such determination when finding some maths questions challenging in your assessment. William, you didn't give up. You tried lots of different methods and you used what you already knew, your prior knowledge, to solve problems, which meant that your score, William, was absolutely amazing. So well done for your fantastic attitude. That is great news. And also in year 4, we're saying well done to Lydia for soaking up new learning in maths and applying it to the problems in her assessments. Your hard work and determination has not gone unnoticed. Well done, Lydia. You did amazingly. Year 5. Big well done to Mason. Mr. G has chosen Mason this week for celebration as he has been very resourceful in English when writing his narrative. Mason was looking back through his previous work, using a dictionary, using a thesaurus and the working wool to help him to do a really good job. Well done, Mason. And Luke, well done. Mr. G has chosen Luke this week for celebration, as this term, Luke, you have grown so much in confidence. Luke is becoming more resilient and independent with all of his work, and he's attempting to take on much tougher challenges. Well done, Luke. Excellent attitude. Year 6. Well done to Erin. Oh, I was so pleased to see this today, Erin. Erin, well done to you for your outstanding progress in your maths this term and scoring all but 2 marks in her arithmetic mock SAT. I know Erin had told me that she had really improved her score and she's done so well, so well done, Erin. And Euston, well done to you for adding a whopping 50 marks to your overall maths score on the SATs mock between September and December. Again, that's amazing progress. Well done, Euston. And Pandora, well done to you for an excellent reading comprehension score. All of Pandora's hard work on those early morning comprehension tasks has really paid off. Well done, Pandora. And Bella, George M and Oscar, otherwise known as Bella and the Butcher Boys, well done to you for representing the school fantastically at a tournament and getting rave reviews from all of the adults in charge. You represented our school really well. Thank you for that and well done. Lexia, a huge well done to Betsy, Jessica, Luca, Quinn, George W, Annabelle, Layla, Fergus and Charlie.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Miss Hodgson, and well done to all of you for being in the Excellence book this week. Now, we've got our British values on the screen, as we always do, our individual liberty, our mutual respect, different cultures, different religions that we show respect for as well, rule of law and democracy. And we have, I'm just reaching across my desk here, we have our school values book just here, where we award our school values. And this is the last time we're awarding the school values before the Christmas holidays. We've got kindness, we've got justice, and we've got respect. We've got the bookmarks that your teachers have got for you in terms of those things. So first of all, we have kindness. We have a Bible verse that says you must clothe yourselves with compassion and kindness. So just like I've put on this very fetching Christmas jumper, so we have to put on kindness. Mrs. Budd has chosen Amelia for always showing kindness to others, and is always kind to the adults as well. Miss Orphan has chosen Amelia P for helping her classmates when they have to log into Lexia to help them with their reading. We've just been hearing about that. Mrs. Palace has chosen Charlotte for showing kindness to other children, for helping them, for encouraging them. That's really important. Mrs. Anderson has chosen Charlie for happily working with a whole variety of people, making them feel included. Mr. G has chosen Alicia for being thoughtful towards her peers and for helping others around the class. And, excuse me, Mr. Tattle has chosen Imogen for being thoughtful and empathetic at all times, understanding other people's points of view. They're well done to all of you. Our second school value is justice, the Bible verse that says, the Lord has told us what is good, what he requires of us is this, to do what is just. We have that, don't we, as a school rule, to do the right thing. So Mr. Tatnall has chosen George D for superb political debating skills, especially when John Glenn, our local MP, Member of Parliament, came to school. Mr. G has chosen Mason for recognising when something isn't right and for doing the right thing to try and solve it. Mrs. Anderson has chosen Alice for seeing the views of other people and for making things fair. Mrs. Palace has chosen Isaac for always showing fairness and taking turns with others. Miss Orphan has chosen Josh G for putting lots of effort into his maths papers. And Mrs. Budd has chosen Lily G for always knowing what is right and wrong and telling adults to help her when they need some help. So that's important. We don't try and solve everything by ourselves. So it's back to that rule of law, isn't it? We all follow the rules and there are people there to help us when we need that. And then our last one, respect. So again, we've got a Bible verse. This ties in with those rule of laws and the fingers that we've just had on the screen. It says that we respect everyone, whether they agree with us or don't agree with us. Doesn't matter. We show them respect. Excuse me. So Mrs. Budd has chosen Olivia G for always saying thank you and using her manners well. Miss Orphan's chosen Ava for having lovely manners when ordering lunch. Mrs. Palace has chosen Jessica D for listening really carefully to others, for working hard and showing respect. Mrs. Anderson has chosen William for having beautiful manners, listening carefully and being focused in his work. Mr. G has chosen Louis for always demonstrating good manners. And Mr. Tatnall has chosen Jasmine for having such a respectful approach to our inquiry discussions about effective leadership. Well done to all of you that are in our values book this week. Now, moving on to our sports awards, we did have a team out yesterday playing boccia. We will let you have a match report in the very near future on that one. But our Sports Star awards that we've got for teamwork, encouraging good attitude and making progress. So we've got Hester for excellent teamwork and motivation to support her peers in a wide range of sports. We have Charlie Y for progress in PE, especially at football club, where he's grown in confidence as goalkeeper. And we have Alfie D for fantastic attitude towards PE. Alfie is consistently recognised as being ready to learn. So well done to all of you, and I'll bring your certificates down to you in a few moments' time. Now, we don't this week have any Team Points awards, but please do get those in for next week. Okay, next week's the last week that we'll be awarding. The very last week of term we do our end of term celebration, which is a little bit different. So please get those in if they are ready. And our quote this week, it says, things start out as hopes and they end up as habits. We've been thinking a lot about hope this Advent season. We started thinking about Christmas and the hopes that people have for Christmas, might be hopes that we have. This quote ties in with New Year as well, because we start off New Year sometimes by making a resolution. We hope that things will get better. We hope that we'll get, I don't know, fitter or better at maths or whatever it might be. But those hopes, we have to do something about them, don't we? It's no good just sitting here thinking, oh, I hope I'll be really good at running. We actually have to get out and practice, and then it's that practice that makes it a habit. Things don't just fall into our laps. We have to put the effort in as well. So I'm going to say a prayer, and then if you want to join in with that, you can add an amen at the end, and then after that we're going to have one of our Christmas songs that we're practicing ready for the carol service. Dear God, thank you for all of the lovely things that we've celebrated this week. Thank you for our achievements in school and also when we've shown our values to other people. Please help us as we come into this Christmas season, not just to hope that things will happen, but to do what we can to make a difference, to make the world a better place and to make those dreams become reality. Amen.